It's like you have to play your voice like it's a violin, and the bow to that violin is the airflow. Chat. Everyone in chat right now, I want to make something very clear to you all. I'm not doing this for any type of monetary profit. In reality, this all came about because of this beautiful Twitch community and Discord community we have cultivated over the last several months. And I just want to tell you exactly what happens with these videos. The monetary gain from YouTube ad revenue goes directly towards the record companies and the bands, which I am more than happy to help with. So if you essentially by liking the video and sharing it with your friends, you are contributing towards the band's success. And so I'm very proud to be a part of that. And if you wanted to support the YouTube channel, you can subscribe and stay up to date with other videos. And eventually, maybe I'll do some different kinds of content. But I'm very happy to see the reception of some very intelligent musical people coming together. So without further ado, we're going to do some reactions. And we're going to listen to some more music. And we're going to start with Epica Sancta Terra featuring Floor Jansen. Live retrospect show. And without further ado, all right, so operatically, I would categorize these two sounds as a soubrette soprano from our first singer. And can someone in chat tell me their name? And then Floor is definitely like a full lyric to dramatic soprano sound. Yeah, absolutely gorgeous. Yeah, Creeper, please give us a disclaimer. I'm going to hop back and we're going to listen to them come in again. Simone Simmons, yeah, a gorgeous voice, and I love the way she sticks in this like mid-high belty sound. It's a mix. Obviously, it's a mixed sound, and we'll go back and listen to it again. The way Floor comes in is a much higher resonant, more resonance versus what I would say like air body thrust sound. She's relying more on the resonance space that she's creating inside the vocal tract between the larynx and the mouth, whereas Simone is another Dutch metal queen, as Eclipse you're telling us, is relying more on the timbre of the chest voice, which I love. I'm appreciating this very, very much, and I think their voices are similar enough to be interesting, but different enough to give us some variation. Let's keep going. All right, so I take back everything I just said. Why does this always happen when we watch something for the first time? Because now she's going into that full operatic, resonant, carrying sound. They don't even need mics. Well, they probably do because this is super loud. But if this were like a fully acoustic set, then they wouldn't need mics even in a venue like this. It's absolutely nuts. So we're going to hop back a little bit and just enjoy that a little bit more. Love the vibe of this duet, by the way. So, so the most amazing thing about this duet is the fact, I mean, it's not even the fact that it's a duet, it's the fact that both of them are shifting registers so consistently. I can't get over the fact that they can match those chest timbres and match those high resonant timbres at the same time. Simone is pregnant? 3rd month pregnant. That's probably why you can't really see it. Good for her. I mean, so here's the thing about pregnancy and singing. I mentioned this in a few comments on some YouTube comments that were related to this. The female voice changes a lot during pregnancy, and I've heard from a lot of people that once they have given birth, after they went through being pregnant, that their voice changes for the better. They find more like richness and resonance. And I'm sure that during that process, there are people who continue going to the gym while they're pregnant. And it's totally fine and healthy to be active. And being a singer is absolutely being an athlete. So it's one of those things where it forces you as a singer and a mother. And I'm saying this all from secondhand experience of what I've heard from people, people who've had this experience, that they're becoming the best of what they are. They're becoming the best type of singer they can be. And it changes your body in a way that opens up the voice. I can't really speak much more about this as a topic, but I think it's interesting, and I've heard a lot, and I cannot speak from experience. I'll never be able to speak from experience, but that's to share a little bit about how childbearing changes the sound. Aaron, thank you so much for the bits, and thanks for stopping by. Jason, I could not agree more. It's one thing to sing up really high in a very high register with what they're doing, and it's another thing to sing with a lot of power and force. And I'm even going to go as far to say that what they're doing is singing up high with a lot of power and resonance and full sound, but they're not even working hard to do it. That's like the pro level. They're singing up sound. They're making so much noise in this part of their range, but they don't have to work hard to do it. And they're relaxed on stage. They're engaging. They're using their energy to collaborate with each other and with the band. And they're not using effort to sing. They're using the natural timbre, the natural instrument that they were given with their voices. And they're doing such a pristine job at matching quality. And when they're doing that call and response that we just heard, it's an absolute delight to hear because they're so in tune, nothing is taking us out of the experience. Do you guys know how hard that kind of slide is, especially in that range? Here, what is this? D flat. Guys, this is like this is such a high range, and doing that slide requires so much body control of airflow, consistency of airflow. It's like you have to play your voice like it's a violin, and the bow to that violin is the airflow. That's what has to happen. And all of that is muscular detail, perfection, everything below the voice. Nothing can be managed here for that to happen. Let's hear it again. So while we're here, I just want to say that one of the best parts about this for me, I mean, this is just my personal take as well, but as someone who's used to that like high, lofty classical music world of a very pristine, very certain aesthetic, the artistic contrast of these two mediums, I guess it comes together to create something like symphonic metal, which is this genre. I'm new to it, and I appreciate you guys opening up my world to this type of music. But it's such an amazing contrast. Like you have contrast in painting, you have contrast in photography, videography, you have contrast in every type of art form, right? In every type of aesthetic. And you don't think about contrast like this in music. But something that's so special about symphonic metal is the contrast you get. And this is a perfect example. Perfect example. So this is almost like they sound like they're singing the Flower Duet from Lakme. I'm sure you've heard this before. There's like some old, I think it's like Lufthansa or something that had or Air Italia that did like a commercial with you've heard it before, da 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 da, and it's a duet between two a mezzo soprano and a soprano, and they could easily do that. Like I would love to hear that, and I that's just me, but they would probably go so. They would probably do so well. Hey, Aberrant Tagora, I'm sorry for timing you out. I didn't really know what was going on, but welcome, salutations. One of them is a lot more heavier, while the other one is more light sounding. Yeah, Jason, and what I would classify them vocally is that Floor is more towards what we call in the voice world lyric dramatic sounding, which she has like a heavier tone and more body in the sound, a little bit more of what I would say chest occlusion in the sound, while Simone is more of like a soubrette light lyric tone, or maybe even more towards a coloratura tone, which is a higher, maybe a little, I'm not saying she's shrill, but more shrill sound than Floor. There's nothing shrill about the tone. It's still full bodied, but it has a much brighter, sweeter quality than Floor's sound. I can't wait to hear her sing O Mio Babino. O Mio Babino is an amazing aria, and some people sing it properly, and then you get like 100 girls that are like 12 years old singing it for TV, and it's disgusting in my opinion. But anyway, let's go back and let's keep going. Dude, there's a full choir, man. This is so sick. I wish I wish I have discovered this sooner. Like, come on. Oh, man. Oh, this is... So one thing I loved about that last section is the belt that just turned into that nice lofty resonant I get like soprano sound. I want to go back and find it. Oh. That's awesome.
You kick ass.
You kick ass.
And you two, give it up for Epica!
Dude, what a show. What a show. I love it. Oh man. I have missed so many opportunities to see this kind of music. All right, guys.